What is up, guys? In today's video, we're going to talk about what do you need to do to grow your restoration company. You've heard that the riches are in the niches. Well, today we're going to cover an exercise that I bet you've never done before, and it's really going to give you a good, clean picture on how do you make the most amount of profit in the quickest amount of time in restoration and still have a life that you love, okay? So if you guys stick around the video, we're going to walk you through how do you go through that entire process, which niches are the best, how do you evaluate them, and I got news for you. We're going to get you rich on paper first because you can't make these decisions until you're already rich. We're going to do it now. Let's go. Let me say this. As we do, you've heard the riches are in the niches, right? It's going to be an important exercise that we're going to walk through today, which is going to be this. We need to know what you want your day to look like after you're already rich. How much money do you want or need? And what do you want your day to look like? Some of you guys are going to want to build a $20 million company, and some of you guys are going to want to go on vacation. Some of you guys want to spend more time with your wife and kids, any number of those things. We need to talk about that first. Let's go ahead and share my screen and let's dive in. So first thing you want to do, define a strategy on what you think you want to do. And if you don't know, the first thing we're going to do is get you rich first and ask you what do you like to do with your time, because certain aspects of the business will require more time than others. In other words, I might be able to make you more money with this type of job, but that type of job may be harder to scale out of, okay? It's going to be more helpful to know what you want to do once you're already rich, because some of the things that might make you a ton of money might require you stay in the business forever, right? And some of you might want that, some of you may not, okay? And furthermore, you may not know what you want. And so we got to get you to a sustainable amount of money. There are levels to wealth, and this is a good exercise, and it really changed my eyes, okay? So step one, define the strategy. Step two, then once we have the strategy, we can build a plan to get there. So you need to niche down. Before you can niche down, we need to spend your day on paper. So the first thing we want to do, what does it mean to get rich on paper first? Well, I want to know, what does your day look like? Do you want to go to the office? Do you want to spend more time traveling? Do you want to spend more time with your kids? And you may not know this just yet, and I understand that, okay? But what I want you to do is to be aware that this is a dynamic and it exists, and it's going to be important for you to answer this question. So the different levels of wealth. This is what I found to be true, and this is what I think is going to be helpful for you. We need to talk about the 3 levels of wealth, and if you haven't made these levels of wealth yet, then I think you need to get to this level of wealth before you can answer this question. So there's 3 gradients that we're going to talk about. 0 to 300,000, 300 to 600, and then 600 to millions, okay? If you have never made over $300,000, I know I'm talking return to owner, not gross, okay, not net, we're talking paying income tax. Like, you've hidden all the money you can, you've had your CPA hide all the money, like everything you've tried to do when you were still paying taxes on over 300, if you haven't done that yet, like that's step one. So you can't really answer these things yet because all you're gonna want is that amount of money. 300 grand is not enough. It may be considered rich, but I got news for you. Making 300 grand in this world in 2023, you're feeling like a normal Joe, okay? So here's what I'm telling you. If you're not over 300, my guess is your answer is you're gonna want more money. That's all you're gonna want. Now, the next thing, if we scroll down a little bit, once you get to 300 to 600, once you're making $450,000, $500,000 return to owner in your pocket, for me, I can just tell you, I wanted more time. I wanted more time, and I didn't know that. Before, all I was worried about was more money. That level, that broke for me. And where does it break for you? That'll vary a little bit, but it's gonna break for most people between that 300 to 600 mark, okay? Somewhere in there, once you hit that level of wealth, you might say, I want more time. And it's gonna be important to know what's on the right-hand side of that equation, because if you always want more money, no matter how much money you got, then that's gonna tell me commercial, recon, fire, all of that. If you're ever gonna choose more time, then you're gonna need a business that you can step out of, or like Papa John's Pizza, okay? You're gonna wanna do something that you can scale, that your team can do, that doesn't require your superpower. But if you don't mind going to work every day, if your business is complex and hard, you're gonna have to have geniuses execute it. And you'll make more money, okay? But you're gonna have to stay closer to that business. And for me, I can just tell you, once we hit over 350, somewhere in there, 400, like, I wanted more time. I just wanted more time. And if that's you too, then I think you want to build a business that is flexible, that you can step out of. So the over 600, if you want more money there, like, you don't know what you want at 600, because until you get there, you don't know. So your choices may change as you go. If you think you ever might want more time, we're going to walk through that, because that's what I did, okay? If you want more money, you're going to choose recon, you're going to choose fire, and you don't really care about the residential water damage, okay? If you want more time, then you're going to want to have something you can scale out, and that will mean you'll probably you'll have to get out of that fire stuff. Fire's a little different, all right? Water jobs. If you want more time in your life, you want to buy your time back, water's going to be the better way to do it. And you've got residential versus commercial, okay? You want to choose which one of those niches do you want. Do you want residential? Do you want commercial? What's going to be the difference? Residential water is going to be more of just the way you're going to get the jobs is going to be different, okay? Not only how you do the marketing, plumbers, insurance agents, and the internet. Those are going to be the three ways you're going to get residential water jobs. Managing those jobs is a lot different than managing a commercial water loss. There's not a lot of risk on a residential water job because the job is what? 5, 10, 15 grand on the bigger end. Most of the residential water jobs are under 15,000. Most of the commercial water jobs, they could be $4,500 self-pay at a dental office, or it could be a $450,000 commercial water job that requires desiccants. Like, the operational skill looks a lot different. Do you have a desiccant? Do you have a big resource team to temporary labor if you land a 31-story hotel? Do you know how to do that? Like, operationally, that's going to look a lot different. So that's why I tend to gravitate towards residential, because it's easier to build procedures for, and you can still get super rich, okay? And it can grow within 12 months, like unheard of levels, okay? So residential, if you want residential, you're gonna focus on plumbers, insurance agents, and the internet, period. We good? If you wanna know more about those three, that's my jam, go to workwithshane.com and I can give you our playbook, okay? Now the commercial water, if you want to do commercial water, how you're going to pick that is going to be property managers, commercial agreements like with hotels, Marriotts, things of that nature, and the internet. And the reason why you need to niche down is because I want you to see the way you're going to get residential jobs, plumbers, agents, and the internet, those are different. They're both water jobs, but the structure is going to determine where you find those. Property managers is not where you're going to want your residential. I mean, you can go get them, but they're not going to be the ones you want. Okay, property managers for your commercial, they will, okay? So if you want commercial property managers, commercial agreements, that's gonna be basically where you're gonna say a hotel or a school system or whatever, a local hospital. If something happens, here's the agreement, here's our predetermined pricing structure, and like you're preordaining all of that work to be done. If it does, we're gonna abide by these terms. That's what you're doing with commercial. You don't need to do that in residential, okay? This is an illustration of how they vary. Now on residential fire, if you wanna do residential fire, it's gonna be fire department, it's gonna be networking, B&I, internet, and fire chasers. That's what you're gonna need to do. Are you starting to understand and see the difference between residential water, commercial water, and residential fire, okay? It's kind of like figuring out what you want. Like, so I use the sushi analogy a lot. If you want to eat sushi and you know what your sushi roll is, you know you don't want a 48-pound shark or tuna, right? If I want a rainbow roll, I want some tuna and I want some salmon. So I know those are the fish that I want. So I need to go to the bodies of water where I can catch those fish. And I know I don't want an 800-pound fish because I need little bitty slices. Does that make sense? The application of what you want to do is going to vary. So here's what I'm telling you. Residential fire will pay you a lot. Commercial water will too, but the operations are more complex and you're going to stay in the seat longer as an owner, okay? It's harder to get out of that. Because if your team screws up and you're not involved, would you rather them screw up a $10,000 job or a $150,000 job? I'm going to say it again. If your team makes a mistake and you're not there, do you want them to make an $8,000 mistake or an $80,000 mistake? The stakes are higher when you're doing commercial water and when you're doing fire, okay? So the risk. So I don't even know if I wrote anything down. What would I do if I started all over and why? Well, I would do exactly where I'm at now. I would choose residential water. Number one, decide what you want to do when you get rich, okay? For me, I wanted my time back, right? And so if you think that you might want to spend time traveling, you want to build a systematic business that you can sell and scale, then I'm thinking you want to keep it simple, okay? Complicated is not what you're going to want to do. So you want to build a simple business that gives you your time, gives you your freedom, and for me, that's residential water. And so I would just tell you this, like you can bolt that commercial stuff on later, but you're gonna have big ebbs and flows, and that's probably not what you want in your business. You want stability in your business, and getting a steady stream of residential water jobs and plumbers, dude, that's just nothing better than that, okay? So if you think that's what you want, I would say plumbers, insurance agents, and the internet. Those are the three. And then out of those three, it doesn't really matter. Like those are gonna be the three you want to do. If you choose residential water, that's where we can kind of help you. If you want the other stuff, you know, we can hop on a call and I can point you in the best direction, but that's not what we do. But look, I'm just gonna say this, figure out what you wanna do once you get rich. And if you don't know, you gotta get to that full $500,000 mark first before you'll know. Hey guys, if you enjoyed that video, I've got 3 things for you. Number 1, if you haven't yet, click on my face below and be sure to subscribe to the channel. Okay, we put out new content each and every week. Also, if you want me to help you grow your company, go to workwithshane.com. Workwithshane.com, put in your information, we can get on a call and see how we can help you grow your company. Lastly, there'll be some other videos right here. If you want to watch more content about growing your restoration company, check out one of these videos. We'll see you guys on the next one.